Y'all, what happened? I have no idea what happened. It just went blank and it clicked off. But I'm back. Sorry about that. I have no idea what happened. That has never happened to me before. But I am back. Let me put my fan on me. I don't know what happened. Like, I didn't touch anything. I mean, I don't know. It just went blank and went off. I have no idea what happened, y'all. Sorry about that. But I'm back, so hopefully we'll stay up. I've heard, though, that people have been having some issues with Facebook Lives. But that's the very first time that's happened to me. So, hey, Sherry's here. Marilyn's here. Hi, Marilyn. So, anyway, you guys, as I was saying, this is our project for tonight. This 80s hall tree. We're going to give it a facelift, and we're going to be using this paper right here. So when I held up this paper, I'm going to try it again. I don't know. When I held up this paper, just my whole thing just shut down. So we're going to be using this paper right here. Let me see if I can get a good, let me see if you guys can you guys see this? There we go. So this is the Rooster Ephemera paper. It is from Roy Cycle. Let's see. There we go. Isn't this a great paper, y'all? I'm trying to scoot back so you guys can get a really good look at it. This is just a great paper with this giant rooster on it. So this is called Rooster Ephemera. So tonight for this piece, y'all, we are going farmhouse. That's what I was trying to say earlier before my whole program just shut down. So we're going farmhouse tonight. Y'all, you know we can't go farmhouse without a rooster. So this is the Rooster Ephemera paper that we're going to be using tonight. And so the plan is, because we're going farmhouse, y'all know it's going to be tough for me because y'all know how colorful I am. But I am going to be using DIY's White Swan, okay? But I'm also going to be using a salt wash to create some underlying texture with by using some the salt wash in the weathered wood. Weathered wood is just kind of this almost brown, kind of grayish brown. And also I'm going to be adding a little bit of salt wash to this marquee color. And marquee, y'all, is this really pretty red. And the reason why I'm adding just a touch of the marquee because the rooster has red in him, you know. So that's what I'm going to be doing for that. But yeah, I'm going to be doing white. This piece is going white, y'all. I know. Y'all probably think I have a fever. But farmhouse, that's where we're going, farmhouse. So I'm going to be using white tonight. Let's see, what else? I am also going to be using, because you guys know with every paper, I have one of my little pair-ups. So I'm going to be using this little rooster, and I think I'm going to put him, so you guys, I know you guys can't see this whole piece, but if you guys can see, this piece is tall. It goes way to the top. Hi, Sandra. How are you? And so I'm going to be using my little pair-up rooster, and I think this time, you know, I've used these and I've decoupaged them, and I've done salt wash techniques on them, but I'm going to be painting him in the red marquee color, and then I'm going to do a stamp over him. That's the plan for this guy for tonight. So, and then I'm going to affix him to the top of the very top here on the mirror. And I'm going to use some E6000 to affix it to the mirror. Okay, so, but what I want to do tonight, y'all, is I want to show you guys. So I've cut out the pieces of the Rooster Ephemera paper that I want to use. And so I'm going to use the rooster part. I'm going to use him. And then I'm also going to use the very top of the paper, which was this part. Let's see if I can get you guys the glare. Which was this part right here. I'm going to use this on the bottom, down below. And I'm going to use the rooster part right here. Okay, so I've already cut those out. You guys have seen me do that. I just trimmed around it and gave it this organic look. But, y'all, the problem was I couldn't get, because this little ledge here is not very big, all the rooster wouldn't fit. So what I plan to do is so what you see right here is actually the mirror. This is part of this whole mirror. But I painted it white, and I painted down below white. And the reason why I did that was because I wanted to make sure I get all the rooster on here. So, I mean, I didn't want to leave his feet off. So, so the paper is actually going to go, this paper is actually going to kind of go just like this. It's going to be decoupaged on just like that. Can you guys see that? I'm going to bring you guys up a little bit closer. And I have my fan on, y'all, because it's muggy tonight, and I'm not yet ready to turn on my AC. Okay. So right here. So the rooster paper, this part of the rooster, because I didn't want to lose his feet, so I'm going to decoupage him in kind of this this L shape where he's starting up here and he's coming downward. So that's the plan for him. And then this other piece here, which is this piece, which was the top of the paper, I plan to put it actually all the way down here on the bottom. Okay? So that is the plan. Because y'all know we always got a plan. But what I'm going to do first, I'm going to start out by I'm going to go ahead and put another coat of DIY's White Swan. So this is one coat. I'm going to go ahead and put another coat here and here, just so we have both of our coats on there and they can be drying. So that is what I'm going to do now. So we'll get that done and get that out of the way. And then we're going to do some salt wash around the edges. And the salt wash is just going to give us a little bit of age. And so what's going to happen is, when I do the salt wash, I'm going to do it in the weathered wood, like I said, and a little bit of the marquee. And then I'm going to paint over it completely with this White Swan here that I'm using now. And then I'm going to rub back those areas where I put the salt wash. And that's going to give us a great texture underneath this white for our farmhouse look. So this is just White Swan here. This is part of the mirror that I'm painting. And you guys know that you can paint on glass with DIY. So this is glass. I'm painting on the glass just to get my second coat ready for my decoupage. So I'm going to go ahead and get this on so it can be drying. And with my fan on, it shouldn't really take that long to dry. But while this is drying, we're going to actually go ahead and get our salt wash ready. And we're going to put some salt wash on this bottom part. This is just my second coat for my decoupage. So I already had one coat on there. The second coat is on the mirror as well. And so the reason why I'm painting white, well, you know what? I'm going to throw that out there for my my porch quiz for tonight. Not a pot quiz, but a porch quiz. So, what is the purpose? This is the quiz question. What is the purpose of painting white underneath your decoupage? All right, that's my second coat on there. Put that away, put my brush away. So what is the purpose, you guys? Who knows? My porch quiz is, what is the purpose of painting white underneath your decoupage versus a darker color? Anybody know that? Okay, so we got our second coat on there. It's drying. And now we're going to do a little bit of salt wash, and we're going to start using our weathered wood, and we're going to put salt wash in different places. So we're going to go ahead and get that ready. And again, weathered wood is not really a brown. It's kind of a gray brown, actually. And you guys have seen me do this before. So I'm just going to take some of my paint, add it to a little cup here. I don't need too awfully much. So salt wash, you guys, is a texture additive. And so it basically is going to take, you're going to add it to your paint, and you're supposed to add it in a 1-to-1 ratio. But of course, I don't ever measure anything. And so once you add it to your paint, it gives you a very little fine texture that really adds a little bit of a pop to your project. Okay, so I'm going to scoot back a little. Kind of point you guys down this way. So here's my salt wash here. And I have a huge can, y'all. But you can also get these. You can get this on my website, and you can get it in the 4-ounce. You can get it in the 10-ounce, or you can get this big jug here. I mean, how much texture are you going to be doing? So, I mean, you know, it lasts a long time. So I'm just going to add, and the key to salt wash is adding it so that you actually get it thick enough so that it no longer falls off of your stick. Once you get it to that point, then you know that it's ready to apply. And I just kind of, you know, I play it by. And if you get too much salt wash to where it gets really, really, see that's still falling off. So I'm going to add some more. If you get too much salt wash, you just add a little bit more paint. But hopefully, with just 1 or 2 tries, you're going to get a good mixture. It's kind of like mud cakes. Did y'all ever do mud cakes when y'all was little? Child, we did mud cakes forever. And then, y'all, when we wanted to make mud pies, we would throw in some little berries, what we call China berries from the tree. Okay, see, you guys, can you guys see that? It's pretty good. I'm just going to add a tad bit more. Just a tad. Whatever a tad is. So add just a bit more. And you can make your you can mix your salt wash to any paint color you want. For me, I want this to be, okay, that's good because it's not falling off of mine. I want this to be the underlying color. So I want this color to go underneath my my white that I'm going to paint over the top. Okay, so I got my salt wash ready. And another thing, you guys, on the salt wash, make sure you don't use your good brush for the salt wash, because you're going to be pouncing, you know, kind of pouncing this on. You can actually brush it on too. I usually use the pounce. And you're going to be putting this on, and it can ruin the bristles of your brush. So I'm just using this little chip brush here. All right, so we're going to work on this part here, because I showed you guys up at the top, so I have some salt wash up there already. And then I also have some at the very bottom, as you guys can see down there. Because one thing y'all did not want to see me do is climb that ladder up to the top, nor did y'all want to see me trying to get up off of this floor after doing the bottom. Okay, so we got our salt wash mixture ready. We're going to go ahead now, we're going to start just dabbing it on. And this is really personal preference where you put your salt wash. I typically, when I'm using it for aging, kind of like I'm doing now, I typically try to put it in the areas where things would naturally age, which is typically around the edges, you know, along the corners and things like that. So we're just gonna dip into our salt wash, get it on the brush. There's really no rhyme or reason. And then I'm just gonna dab it in places that I want it to be. So along the edge here, I think is good. You guys see that? So this really does give you really pretty good texture. I love using salt wash for texture. So I'm just gonna go down on this little spindle part right here. Not yet, still on camera. Go along this bottom edge, but not all the way. You know, when things age, they don't age in any particular order, right? So go a little bit down here on this leg, maybe on the back. Right here, put some. And so one of the things was really hard for me is not to make a particular pattern. So you don't want really a particular pattern, you know, because things don't age in any kind of pattern. Go around the edge here, but not all the way around the edge. So you just kind of figure out where you want your aging to be. Because what's going to happen is, once I get my salt wash on, I am going to paint all over it with the white swan. And then I'm going to come back with like a 220 sandpaper, and I'm just going to distress it back. And then you'll be able to see that salt wash underneath there. All right, let's keep going. You can put this wherever you want it to be. Just in random areas where you think things may normally age. So we're gonna go up a little, raise you up just a bit. So this definitely, y'all, this is gonna look messy for a while, but once you get through and it all comes together, it'll be good. So just random, and I'm just dabbing it on. You can actually also brush on salt wash if you want. I mean, you definitely do not have to dab it on. Okay, let's see. I am gonna go over on this other side now, crisscross the camera, and get some over here. And again, I want this to kind of look old underneath here, adding a little bit of patina. And this is just random texture and aging. I'm going to do this little edge right here, right around the corner, because that's, you know, a lot of times that's where things really tend to age. It's on the edges. Okay, and now what you can do also, you guys, once you get your salt wash on and it starts to dry, a lot of times there'll be these peaks from where you've dabbed it on, you know, these high peaks. Once it starts to dry, you can just go back with a really light brush and just kind of, you know, smooth those out if you want to. They really don't bother me because I am more than likely, you know, I mean, I'm gonna sand it. I'm gonna scuff it up a little bit once I get all of my color on. And so I'm gonna take those peaks down anyway. But if you want to, you can do that. Just kind of go back once it starts to dry and you see those little peaks. Just kind of go back with your brush and just brush them down a little. And then you choose how much you want and how much you don't want. So I think that is going to be enough for me. I do believe of this weathered wood. But I also wanted to do just a little bit in the marquee. Not much, because the reason why I'm adding the marquee is because this rooster here has such great red in him. So I just want to add a few hints of the marquee. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to add a little bit of it. Let me go grab my little brush for that, because we're not going to add much at all. Okay, so I got my little brush, and again, we're just adding a hint, just a hint of the marquee with the salt wash, just so we can bring in a little bit of that red color that's so pretty in that rooster. Okay, so again, take just a little bit of my marquee here, and just a little. I don't need much of this at all, just a couple globs, because otherwise if you pour too much you end up wasting it. Okay, so just a little bit of the marquee, and then I'm just going to add just a little of my salt wash. I think I just added way too much, but we'll see. Then I'm going to stir it up. See how clumpy? It's getting really, really clumpy. Can you guys see that? That means I probably put, maybe not, thought maybe I might have put a little bit too much salt wash, but I think I'm good, because I only needed a little and it's not gonna fall off my stick, I don't think. Nope, see that? So that's perfect. All right, so for this, I'm just gonna use this little bitty stencil brush that's really not good for a stencil brush anymore. And I'm gonna add just a few hints of the marquee. Not much, but the marquee will help tie in the red that's in the rooster. Let me pull you guys up some again. Take you up a little bit closer. So we'll start right here. So I have a little bit of the marquee mixed with my salt wash. Just kind of adding that in. And again, when I pull this all back, you will be able to see not only the weathered wood, but the marquee. That's the whole purpose of adding this in here. And you just pick, you know, you decide where you want it to go. And I don't really want a lot of it, just a few hints of it. Okay, so let's go around this edge here. It's a little spot there. I'm mixing it in with the weathered wood. And then over here on this corner here, add a bit there. And maybe I want a little bit down around these spindles here. But I don't want much because the marquee is just a little bit of an accent. The weathered wood is what I want the most of. Put a little bit back here on the back. There. And do the same thing. I think I'm going to do the same thing, you guys, on this side. You guys still see me? Yeah, I'm going to turn you this way a little. I'm just going to do a little bit right here on this side too. I'm not putting it everywhere. I'm just putting it, just little hints of it here and there. And down here as well. And a little bit at the back. And then I'm even going to go way down to the bottom and put just a little. I'll put a little bit at the top. You guys probably can't see this. I don't have my camera up. But I will go back and put a little bit at the top. So these are just little hints of color. Just so that I can pull out some of that red in the rooster. And also, you know, as things age, y'all, and they get this patina, sometimes you get this red patina also. Okay. So that is pretty much it for the salt wash. So let's see if we have a dry surface here. That is pretty dry, but while that is drying, y'all, I am going to, while I have my little my salt wash out in the marquee, I'm gonna go ahead, even though I'm gonna stamp my rooster, my little porch parrot. You guys remember my little rooster, or my parrot guy? Even though I'm gonna stamp him, I am going to go ahead And I am going to just use this leftover salt wash to add a little bit onto him and give him some texture. But I'm still going to stamp right over him. So, here we go. Take my salt wash. Got my little rooster guy here. I'm just going to salt wash right on him. In the red. So once he dries up, I will seal him as I would any project, and then I'm actually going to affix him to the very top of the mirror. And he will also kind of look like the rooster that's on the paper. So I pretty much have, I pretty much have one of these little pair-ups for every paper that I use. I kind of like the way they give my pieces this 3D image. Since the paper is so flat, this actually gives a little bit of a 3D image to my pieces. So that's why I like using these little. So there we go. So he looks better red. So this is just a little texture on him. And then once he dries, I will put a little bit of sealer on it. Of course, this is cardboard, so you don't want to put a lot of liquid on it. But I'll put a little bit of silver on it. And then I'm going to find a really cute little stamp. Something that kind of looks like feathers maybe. And I'm going to stamp him so that it kind of looks like he has feathers. And then he's going to actually get affixed to the very top of the mirror on this piece here. So that's what he is. That's where he's going. Okay, y'all. That is that. So let's go ahead and get, I think this is dry enough. Seems to be dry enough. So let's go ahead and start and get our rooster paper on here. So again, I've kind of cut out the pieces that I wanted. Pieces from the rooster ephemera. Before I cut it out, and I'm actually using both the top and the bottom. Before I cut it out, it looked like this. And this is probably going to be backwards to you guys. I had turned this all the right way and everything on the first, and when it cut off, well, I don't know what happened. But this is the way it looks. Whole. And so I kind of took it and cut it in half almost. I took this from the bottom, and I'm going to use that on the top. And then from here up, I'm going to use that on the bottom ledge here. Okay. So I got my rooster. That's going to go on the top. And again, this is glass. This part is glass. From here up is glass. But I painted this part right here because I didn't want to lose the rooster's feet, y'all. I didn't want to lose his feet. I didn't want to cut off his feet. I mean, look how cute his feet are. I didn't want to cut those off. So the rooster is kind of going to go just like this on here. So it's going to be kind of, but you'll still have the entire rest of the mirror. So this is kind of the way that's going to go. Okay, so let's go ahead and do our decoupage. One thing too, you guys, we actually have a shortage right now in the patinas. So you may find that your stockist may not have any of the patinas that we use, like the big top is good, but like the liquid patina, dark and decrepit, some of the other patinas, for some reason there's a shortage in the patinas, so we don't expect them back. If we run out, we are really going to be kind of like, you know, we don't expect them back in until like mid-June, y'all. So if you need some patinas, if you have some decoupage projects coming up, go ahead and check those out and go ahead and get what you need, because there may be a possibility that we may not be able to get in until mid-June. So, all right, so here we go. I got my big top. I'm using big top. Got my brush. I'm going to bring you guys in a little bit, and we're going to go ahead and get our rooster on here. All right. And I got my cling wrap too, so that I can put that down. All right, here we go. And again, this part that you see right here is glass. So from here up is going to be clear. And I painted this so that I would be able to keep the rooster intact. Okay, here we go. Let's see. So our rooster's going to kind of go there. I'm just going to, I have to put it over everything anyway, so. I've got 2 coats on here. Hopefully that's enough. So get my big top on here. Get my big top on, and then go ahead and put my rooster here. So I kind of already bent it. I kind of made a little indentation down here as to kind of where I wanted him to go. So I'm going to go ahead lay it down. Getting him right there in the crease, kind of smoothing out any of the wrinkles. All right, so there's the top half of him. Now I'm gonna lift it up, and we're gonna do the same thing on the bottom. And again, y'all, the reason why I did this, the whole reason why I did this was so I could keep the chicken's feet intact. I didn't want to lose his feet. All right. Let's get the second half of him down, or the middle part of him down. Okay, there's that piece. What do you guys think? I think he's coming along. All right. Now we're just going to do the last part of him. And honestly, I think I just used, okay. Here we go. this last little bit down here. All the way to the end. Okay, there we go. So we got it down. Start smoothing it out. Just like we've done time before, right? I'm kind of holding it up so that I can smooth as I go. All right, y'all, there he is. I think he looks pretty good. Let me kind of angle you guys down a little. So he's kind of laying, you know, kind of in like a, you know, a ribbon type angle on here. So that worked out pretty good. I was able to keep his feet on here, y'all. So now I got my rooster. He lays on part of the glass, lays on the glass part, but he also kind of, you know, does a little ribbon motion, and he comes down and he lays on this top part of this as well. So, and then this bottom half here, I've kind of cut it out kind of the way I want to fit the bottom. It's going to go on the very bottom panel down here at the bottom. And that is going to be, the rooster is kind of our finishing touch to the farmhouse look. So that's what we're going to do there on the bottom. But y'all, I'm going to spare y'all the image of me down on the bottom trying to put that paper down and then get back up. Because if I do that, this live will turn into comedy hour. Because I don't get up quite as good as I used to, y'all. I do not get up as good as I used to. Okay, so there's our rooster right there. And so then the plan is to put the other half of the paper down there. And then you can see that we put our salt wash mixture here all the way up to the top. And so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back with that white swan all over the piece, everywhere all over the salt wash, everywhere, all over the piece. Then I'm going to take a 220 grit sandpaper and I'm going to rub back these areas where I have the salt wash so that a little bit of that patina can come through. Because again, y'all, this is farmhouse. Y'all remember, we're going farmhouse. So that's the plan for this. But as with every Train Wreck Wednesday, I never have a chance to finish the whole project. Because at this point, y'all, it is actually 8:25 and I only have 5 more minutes. But in that 5 minutes that we have left, I want to talk to you guys about, so I am planning on having my first live sale, you guys, next week. One day next week. I haven't decided which day it's going to be. But a friend of mine actually owns an import warehouse. And I have been going to he has 3 times a year he does a sale where he gets rid of the items from the previous season. And if it wasn't for that sale, y'all wouldn't be able to put a doggone thing in there. But fortunately, he has a sale 3 times a week, and he lets us come through, my sister and I, because I've been doing this for 20 years. Like, I've been shopping with him for 20 years. So, and he lets us come through and pick up, you know, these beautiful imported items, you know, home decor is what it is, you know, for our homes. And so, you know, I have a lot of his things around my house, things I've gotten from him over the years. But I actually went last week, my sister and I did, and we did a pick from the warehouse so that we could do a live sale. So I want to show you guys some of the things, just a few little, I'll give you guys a sneak peek of some of the things that's going to be in the live sale. So I'm going to use the last 5 minutes to do that. So let's see, what do we have? And there's plenty more where this came from, but I just want to show you guys some of the things. So these little things right here, are these not too cute? They're rope and iron, and they're just little things that sit on the table, you know, sit on your, you know, just home decor things that sit on your table maybe. That's one that we picked up that will be in the sale. And then I have a set of these little, aren't these adorable? Like, they look like butterflies, but they look like apples or something like that. There's a set of 3, and they're all different. Like, this one is cool, but there's 2 more that are like even cooler. So they're a set. So that will be in the sale. And look at this, y'all. Is that not gorgeous or what? It's like a giant lantern, and it's a pair. It also has one that actually goes with it, and you put a candle in it. It's actually a candle holder. So that will be part of the live sale. It's just a sneak peek at some of the really cool things that are going to be in the live sale. And I will post a date of when that is. And then let's see, I'll show you guys one more thing, and then the rest, y'all, is going to have to be a surprise. Okay, so, and then, aren't these cute? Look at this. Like, it's a whole set of leaves. Like, they hang on the wall. See, like, they have this little hanging thing on the back, and you hang them on the wall. And so this is the small set. There's a leaf, and there's another little leaf that goes with this set, and then a little small leaf that goes with the set. And these are wall hangings. So, and then I have a really huge leaf set. This is a small one. I have a large one too. And so these are some of the things that are going to be in the live sale, y'all. We have a lot of stuff that's going to be in the live sale. And so, and reasonable price, because y'all know I don't do high price stuff. Y'all, I'm a garage sale, Goodwill, dollar store diva. So these will all be reasonably priced, and there's so many more cute things that we got for that live sale that's coming up next week. So anyway, just wanted to kind of give you guys a heads up, and hopefully you guys will join the live sale and get you something really cool. So yeah, that was the live sale. I will post on my page when that's going to be. And then you guys will hopefully be able to join and get some really cool stuff. There's so much more cool stuff that I didn't show, because, you know, I don't want to spoil the surprise. I mean, everybody, like, y'all know how I love a mystery. So yeah. But as far as our project, you guys, so, I'm not sure. I think I'll probably go ahead and finish it up, because if I don't, all we'll be doing is painting, right? And nobody wants to watch paint dry. So I will finish this up and post a picture of it so you guys can see what it looks like once I'm done. But you guys don't forget the project that we did last time, which was the old radio. I need you guys to send me your name suggestions so that we can do a drawing, and, you know, somebody can name that pretty little Philco radio. So yeah. So I think that is it for tonight, you guys. Thank you guys so much, as always. I really appreciate you guys joining me, taking your time out of your evening to join me, whether you're watching the live or whether you watch the replay. I really appreciate it. To find any of the products that I used, to find the rooster paper, to find the salt wash, the paint, anything that I used in tonight's live, you guys go to my webpage at pecanporchboutique.com and find some good stuff for you. And even the little porch pair-ups. If you guys haven't tried any of these little creatures yet, go in and find you something. You know, get one of these and see what you can do with them. I'm still kind of finding out things to do with these. So, you know. Thank you, Eva. So, oh, hey, Amelia. I didn't see you on. Hi, Amelia. My cousin Amelia is on. Barbara, thank you. Okay, yeah, please watch the replay, you guys. I mean, I know sometimes people don't have time to sit down and say, oh, I'm going to sit down and, I mean, I want to do that too. I'm like, I want to watch like every creator, my favorite creators. Thank you, Vaughn. Thank you so much. I'm glad you got some inspiration. Amelia, do I ever sell my projects? Yes, ma'am. I sell all my projects, girl. You know I can't keep everything. Yeah, I have a small shop, you guys. I'm going to do a live one day and take you guys out to my bumpkin backyard. I call it my bumpkin backyard. My shop sits right squarely in the middle of my bumpkin backyard. And so that is where, once I'm done with these items, I put some of them back there in my shop. And then I also have a booth in Dallas-Fort Worth that I take them to. My sister and I have a booth there, and I take some of them there. So I will do a live one day, you guys, so I can show you guys my bumpkin backyard. You know, I mean, it's small town Texas, y'all. What can I say? But yeah, I'll do a live and take you guys back there so you guys can actually see what Pecan Porch Boutique really looks like. Other than my dining room, right? That's full of furniture, paint, and everything else. I mean, it's a good thing I have a dining table. At least I can put my paint and stuff on it, because I dang sure don't put no food on it, and we don't sit around and eat. So yeah. So anyway, you guys, don't forget, I will post about the live sale. Thank you guys so much for joining me. And as we always say from the porch, do not forget to bud, bloom, and be unique, y'all. Be unique. All right, you guys. Bye-bye. Have a great evening. Thanks so much. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.